If you want to work with Atmel chips that use the UPDI programming interface, like the ATTiny 0 series and 1 series chips, here's how to use an Arduino as a UPDI programmer. And since the 0 series and 1 series chips are surface mount, in order to use them, I made this simple breakout board sponsored by PCBWay. I set this board up to specifically focus on using the 14-pin version of the 0 or 1 series ATTinys. It provides breakout headers for the pins, a UPDI programming interface, power LED, and a generic USB interface for the UART using a CH340. To do the programming, we just need the digital 6 output pin and a ground connection. So if the PCB is plugged into USB, I don't include a 5-volt wire over to that board. If it's not plugged into USB, I can take a jumper from 5 volts on the Arduino and plug it into the 5 volts on this programming header. The sketch that goes inside the Uno in order to use it as a programmer is JTAG2 UPDI. UPDI stands for Unified Program and Debug Interface. So with a single data wire and ground, you can program a device and also access a debug function. There's a couple of versions of this on GitHub, but I'm using this one. And I'm using the Uno with the Atmel 328p on it. So we just download this as a zip file. And then on the hard drive, we would go to this source folder after extracting the zip. And there's a sketch called JTAG2 UPDI. So if all of these files are in a folder named JTAG2 UPDI, we just open that sketch in the Arduino IDE, and I'm using the 1.8.13 version of the IDE. So it opens up all of these files from that folder. It doesn't matter which one is showing. If we just upload the sketch into the Uno, now the Uno is a UPDI programmer, as long as we put a capacitor from the reset pin to ground on the Uno. All that does is keep the Uno itself from going into reset when we start talking to it to program this chip here. Now to get the Arduino IDE to recognize these new ATTinys, we need to install the MegaTinyCore board file. So following these instructions, in the IDE, we go into Preferences and add an additional board manager link so that the IDE can go and find this board that we're trying to install. Up in the Tools menu, we can search for MegaTinyCore and install that to get support for all of these devices. At this point, I have the board with the ATTiny powered from USB, so I'm hooking up the UPDI output on pin 6 of the Uno to the UPDI pin on this evaluation board, and I have ground hooked up. I don't need 5 volts because it's powered from USB, and I have an LED here that I want to do a test blink program with. Here I opened the regular Arduino Blink sketch. The LED is going to be on the ATTiny digital 6 output, and I also am using the serial monitor to just write whether the LED is on or off so I can test the USB interface. If we look at the documentation for this MegaTinyCore, we can see the list of supported devices. And for example, I'm going to be using the ATTiny 1604, so if I click that, these are the pinouts as far as Arduino is concerned. So transmit and receive for the UART are on these pins, which I have hooked up over USB, and digital pin 6 is what I'm going to use to blink my LED. So now I'm no longer using Uno. I have to go to the board section, MegaTinyCore, and choose the one that includes 1604. And the exact chip is 1604. I'm going to leave all of these other things default. We need to make sure the Arduino Uno port is chosen because that's where our programmer is. And we have to choose JTAG2 UPDI as the programmer. There's another serial UPDI project out there, but I haven't tried that yet. So sticking with this, now we should be able to upload the sketch through the Uno. Now the LED is blinking, and if we want to get the serial monitor working, we can change the port to this other USB connection here on the actual ATTiny board, and there's our LED on and off status messages. So everything seems to be working, both on this evaluation board and on the Uno as a UPDI programmer. Here's the other method, serial UPDI programmer, just using a USB to UART serial interface. I haven't tried this yet. You're supposed to be able to program over UPDI just by putting a diode or a resistor across TX and RX. Maybe I'll try that in the future. These 1 and 0 series ATTinys are new in the past several years, whereas chips like the ATTiny 85 are from longer ago. This blog post has a good overview, and so you can go and read this. There's no sense in me reading it out for you, but some key things. Here's how the part number scheme works. You can tell how much flash is in the part, you can tell whether it's the 0 or 1 series, and how many pins are on the part. These parts are really inexpensive, so that's one advantage, as well as you get a lot of peripherals on these little parts. This blog post talks about pros and cons within these parts, so these are definitely worth looking into. So this is an easy way to get up and running programming these devices. Of course, you can always just get a surface mount to through-hole adapter like this and be able to use it on a breadboard directly, if you're not up to making your own dedicated PCB. So thanks to PCBWay for sponsoring this project and helping me get up and running easily with a little evaluation board that I can use over USB for serial communication as well. It's definitely worth checking out if you're a fan of the original ATTiny series.